Hello everyone. Wow, today's just been quite the day. I've been mixed up all the last 5 days. Like I thought yesterday was Sunday and today was Monday. Today feels like Monday, and it's just been all over the place. But it's a big goodbye day in my house. Everyone moving on, and even Airbnb people, and then making room for the new Airbnb people to come too. So not only family. Hey, Bonnie Jean. I'm actually Martha Jean. My given name is Martha Jean. I like it. Spelled the same way. So I go by Marty though now. So I'm just. It's just been a big day. Saying goodbyes. Even my grand dog, which I call Willa. I was laughing with my stepdaughter. I was like, man, sometimes she annoys me, but I love her to pieces. And we were just laughing. She's a puppy, like she's just turned a year. So my stepdaughter leaving, and then my husband's leaving today to go to Florida for a bit. And like I said, changing of the guard. So just a lot going on. So I'm here now, and today is day 2 of the 21 days towards building hope. And I say building hope because a lot of times it's, we put that stuff out there, what is it? Let go, let God, trust, go for hope or whatever. Well, it's a process. It's a journey. Years ago, I was listening, at the time I was actually going to a Unity church, and there was a guy, Paulson, Sig Paulson was his name. He was sort of a big wig in the Unity Church, and I was listening to some of his cassettes, and it was a thing called A Green and Growing Faith. That was the name of it. And this was my 20s, and I'm 59. This always stood out for me, where he said, faith is like a mustard seed. And he said, it grows. And for me in my Catholic upbringing, it was, you just need faith of the mustard seed. You just need a tiny bit of faith, which I think is true too. But I love that idea that faith, hope grows. Anything new that we're learning can grow. It's a practice, no different than yoga or anything else. We practice it. But a lot of times in the personal development world, we're basically taught, we should just be there. We should just be there. Salma, hello. Missed your face. So we should just be there. And it's forgotten that this is a journey. It's a journey to get there. It's a practice. So I'm going to read today's request. Looking after myself. So putting me first. I was definitely raised to put my needs last. Hello. And I would add, if you are a woman in this culture, it's even more so. I'm not saying that men don't do that, but we are ingrained as a whole to serve, to take care of everyone else, to put everyone ahead of ourselves. So it's literally like a detoxification process to believe that you deserve to put yourself first. And our culture doesn't help us much, because even in the personal development world, and if you throw in religion and all that, it's often like selfless acts and, put everyone first. And, and I absolutely believe being of service, but I've quoted this many times on here, and I'm going to quote it again. It was a parenting book and a relationship book that I was reading way back when. And it said, children's needs are best met by parents whose needs are met. And I think that applies beyond children. Your spouse, your friends' needs are best met by meeting your needs first. Because if we all did that, and it's a practice, then we have less expectations of others to fill that for us. We're giving to ourselves. And then people just enhance our life rather than we need them to do something for us. So it is advisable, strongly advisable, and encouraged to put yourself first. But our culture and religion will teach you that's selfish. It's a selfless act, actually, to put yourself first, because when you meet your own needs, then you fill yourself up so that you have more for others. I notice that in myself. If I'm putting myself last on my list, like my frustration, I just see it mounts. And then all of a sudden it's like I can blow up, or, like one of my cats will walk in. I'm like, I have nothing left for you. I mean, I get very dramatic about it because I'm like, wow, I am so not taking care of myself. Couldn't agree more, right, Selma? So, and I see it. That's when I know I have not put myself first at all. That I just reach this limit and just one more thing and then I'll rest. Just one more thing and then I'll sit down. Just one more thing and then I'll take care of myself. Just one more thing, just one more thing, just one more thing. And then I'm a shell of myself. So back to this, looking after myself, I was definitely raised to put my needs last. I'm working on using my limited energy and brain space to build behaviors that look after me. And I love the way you say that, Fiona. I am working on using my limited energy and brain space to build behaviors that look after me. Moving my body, daily tapping, mindfulness, allowing trustworthy people to help me, asking for the help and support that I deserve. Imagine that. Can you help me? He said, oh, I'll handle this. And it feels about a 4 out of a 10 belief that I can do this. So it's like, maybe it's better than a 0, but it's like, I'm a little wonky on my belief that I can do it. And of course you are. Of course anyone is, because of the culture that we're raised in. Also, thanks for doing this, Marty. Oh, that's sweet. You're very generous with your time. You're so welcome, Fiona. I really enjoy doing these, so it's a win-win. And then we're going to read. I have no idea what I wrote for today, even though this is in this 365 Days to Embracing Forbidden Emotions. So, January 2nd. Feelings are like waves. You cannot stop them from coming, but you can decide which ones to surf. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes I'm incapable of, like, in the moment when I'm triggered, I can't decide which feeling to surf. I'm just surfing the tsunami that's coming at me and not always doing it well. And I think that needs to be acknowledged and accepted. Sometimes I just am so reactive and I don't surf it well. But to learn to accept and love ourselves in the midst of that is huge. So I'm trying to get a notification out. I have times in my life, maybe more than I care to admit, where my emotions run me. I'm unable to decide as to which feelings I surf. Feelings have a way of just showing up on my doorstep. This is so true. Often I open the door before ever looking through the window or asking who's there to discover which ones are knocking at my door. So what can I do? I can start with awareness. When I notice my emotions are running me, what if I just accomplished the first step? I noticed. I learned my emotions have a grip on me. This is a huge accomplishment as I learn to acknowledge this big win. Awareness is the first step to effecting real change in my life. Through my awareness, I can now tap to interrupt and slow the momentum of emotions. When tapping, my feelings may intensify at first, but that's actually a good thing. It's good because the intensity is letting me know I have targeted a deeper level of emotions. As I keep tapping, I will find relief from the intensity, and this means I'm releasing emotions stuck in my body, mind and body. My gift is freedom from emotional intensity on whatever issue I'm working on once you allow the intensity and tap through it. Now I have the space for new ways to see things to come into my experience. I honor myself and my feelings more fully every time I consciously attend to them. This creates more emotional intelligence within me. Since tapping has a cumulative effect, I see that there are many times where I catch myself because too much momentum gets created. I notice I can decide which feelings I will surf, and this is emotional freedom at its finest. Thought for the day. Today, I become more aware of my emotions and what they are trying to tell me. And when you think about putting yourself first, what can come up? Oh, guilt. Oh God, I'm a bad person. You know, they're asking for help. And you feel yourself saying yes when it's such a no for you. I've done that myself. I actually today was able to go, no, I really don't want to do that for you. And it was probably one of the first times I was like, I said it and I didn't feel guilt. And that has taken me a lot of time. I was like, no, that's okay. It's like, whoa, who said that? So that's the journey. That's the practice. So let's tap on putting ourselves first. Karate chop. Even though putting myself first, hey, Connie, feels so selfish. Because that's what the culture has taught me. I choose to acknowledge I feel this way now. Even though when I think of putting myself first, how do I even do that? The guilt can overwhelm me. I deeply and profoundly accept myself now. Even though I want to put myself first, but there's something that kind of feels wrong about it. Because that's what the culture teaches me. I'm selfish. I'm self-centered if I put my needs first. But what if that's a lie that feels like a truth, but it's still a lie? Let's explore it. And go to the eyebrow. Putting myself first. That just doesn't feel right. I feel selfish. Yet I have this voice inside of me that is desperate for self-care. And that voice has gotten drowned out by the culture I live in. Maybe by my religion, my family. It's selfish. Be of service to everyone. And yet the person who's missing out the most here is me. Because if I remain really imbalanced in giving too much and never really allowing myself to receive, I become a shell of myself. I become exhausted. I become frustrated. Maybe I get really angry and irritable. Oh, great. And then I get to feel guilty about that too. But what if I have an opportunity here to open to new possibility, to practice self-care? And I'm probably going to suck at it at first. But that's okay too. What if I can just set the intention that this new year, I'm going to be more mindful around the idea of self-care? And what if that opens the space for me to start to see all the ways I don't take care of myself? And I could feel like I'm going backwards in the noticing. But what if it's actually a great sign that the unconscious is now becoming conscious? and I start to be mindful of all the ways I don't put me first. And what if that's my roadmap to healing? My roadmap on what to tap on. And what if the more I notice, and the more I tap through whatever emotions surface, the more I start to heal from the inside out. And then what if the day comes when I say no? When I mean no? And what if I see evidence all along the way that I really am shifting this for myself? I'm catching the guilt and tapping through it. I'm catching the anger and frustration. And I recognize how important it is. So necessary to start putting me first. Because then I'm come from a filled up well. And I might even have reserves where I can give from my heart without the guilt, without the shame, without the frustration, because I'm congruent with my giving. And know that it's a journey that I'll walk the rest of my life. And take a breath. So if you found that helpful, you can go back and tap on it as many times as you need to. And to me, the key is always remember, it's a work in progress. And you literally can go through that phase where you're like, I feel like I'm getting worse. But you're not. If you're tapping with regularity or even just being mindful, the unconscious is just now becoming conscious where you can deal with it. So Connie, Sally, Salma, I love it. Bonnie, great to have you here with me live, and hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and see you back here tomorrow. That's it. Bye for now.